He was. Is the pizza done? Is that what happened? First of all,
no new guys this week.
You know, I don't believe in judging people. We should just start. I just want to start there. I don't believe in judging people. Hi. No, I don't believe in judging people. But, and I want to say I do agree with you. No, I want to say I do. I want to say I do agree with, first of all, I want to say I do agree with you that plain pizza is the way pizza was meant to, However, the guy who asks for the plain pizza, got to be suspect. Because there might be something interesting you've never tried. Like, have a new experience. Have a ziti pizza. I don't like it, but try it. You know what I'm saying? Like, broaden the horizon. No, that's not the bad one. No. What is the worst thing Israelis do on pizza? Pineapple Americans do also. You never saw Ninja Turtles? Come on. The tiras is here, and then this thing takes it to the next. Tuna fish. Not sardines, which I think is disgusting also, but tuna, like actual scooped tuna fish.
Did you have another drink this week?
True story. Pull up any menu from Dr. Toast or anywhere, Uri, whatever, anywhere, and you will see the option for tuna. Now, I don't know anyone. I've seen it, but I don't know anyone who actually ordered tuna. It could be that the tuna's poison, and it's only there for people who order tuna to sort of population control, get rid of those people. I don't know. But there's such a thing in Israel. Now, welcome back, everybody. Is anyone sticking around for the off Shabbos? Very nice. Where are you going? Staying by who? Tzviman? We let people stay by Tzviman still? That's very nice of us. That's very nice of you, going to keep Tzviman company for Shabbos. Oh, Kendall. Very nice. Canton. Very nice. See you by Tzvi for tonight. Woo-wee! Some guy's going to get thrown out. No, I'm joking. Okay. Here we go. Jokes. They're all jokes. Here we go. Have fun. Cleveland Heights is a bumping place. Who else? Is anyone? No, we got everyone, right? We got everyone. All right.
We're still fact checking, by the way.
All right. We have the announcements of the person who did the most roller coasters in basically the toughest person, the biggest daredevil in yeshiva. Her name's Eliana Bensoussan, and she did the most roller coasters. Not you, Tzvi. Not you. Absolutely not. Don't say you didn't do any. What?
I'd like to object. I'm pretty sure we did the most, considering we did like 12.
That's a physical impossibility.
You know what he did?
He stole Rabbi Kushner's car. And driving home with Rabbi Kushner does not count as one.
They got a special pass.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll talk about that later. All right. No, we're running out of time. I got to go. Let's do it.
Tuna pizza's a real thing.
Oh, there you go.
Oya Aimer. Im lamadata toira harbe. Al tachsik toiv la'atzmecha. Do not pat yourself on the back. Why? Ki lakach loitzartai. Greatness is what we were created for. Greatness is what we were created for. So, when we accomplish big things, none of you, you all stink at reminders. None of you reminded me.
Alligator drink?
What's his name? Lemonade? What was the comic book? The story. Arla? don't know why I went with lemonade on that, but fine. Arla, the story I said last week was really, apparently, I remember hearing it from Rav Noach Orluik.
As long as I live.
Apparently, it's a thing called As Long as I Live with Arla, Aaron Margalit. I apologize if me getting a story wrong and information wrong, that all of a sudden nobody can raise their hand and correct me in the middle. That everyone was going to sit quietly and let me go down this road with. Everything else, everyone can call out and tell me about. All right, here we go. This is why we were created. We were created for greatness. You know that gnawing sensation inside of yourself that you're a nobody? It's just me? I'm the only one that has. You know that gnawing sensation that, not that you're a nobody, but that there's more, but that you're being robbed of something. So we tend to look for the first thing we're being robbed of. Because we know in our minds, this is a real psychological effect. We know in our minds that we are being robbed of something. There is something more that we could be living with right now, more enjoyable, just better, that we can be living with right now, that we're not, that we don't have. And we feel it's being robbed of us, and it's our intuition, it's our gut feeling that it's being robbed of us. And we're right. It is being robbed of us. But because we don't have the talent, we don't have the ability to analyze things properly always, especially if we're emotional about it, especially if our vision is being fogged up by outside stimuli. We tend to get influenced in other ways. We look for, what is that feeling? What is being robbed of me? And we tend to do what people do. If you have a pain in your hand, everyone say chas v'shalom. If you have a pain in your hand, chas v'shalom, and what? No, not a pain in the neck, pain in the hand. Wah, wah, wah. Okay. If you have a pain in the hand, if you have a pain in your hand, what's the first thing you do? You're standing there, you're davening, all of a sudden there's a pain in your hand. What do? You look. Now, you can feel, you know, nothing touched you, nothing happened. Nothing happened to your hand. You feel like this is internal. Something just hurts inside of your hand. It's a muscle, it's a bone, whatever it is, something hurts inside of your hand. You still pick up your hand and you look at it. What are you looking at? You're looking at the problem. You're looking at what's hurting. The first thing we do, and they teach this to you, I think, in first aid. This is about as far into first aid as I got before I passed out and couldn't go any further, is they said, look at the problem. I looked at the problem, and that was the end of me ever becoming a medic in my life. So look at the problem. The problem is, oh my God, they're bleeding out. Like, that's the problem. But look at the problem. What do you see with your own eyes? Like, well, you know, they're laying on the floor, they're passed out. Like, okay, what about the pole that's going through their head? Oh, yeah, that also. That might be causing some of the issues here, right? You look at the problem. And the most obvious thing is what we go for first. When we look at our lives and we say, I'm feeling inadequate, I'm feeling small, I'm feeling unappreciated, I'm feeling unproductive, we look at our life, the natural response, we look at our life, we look at our life, and the most obvious thing that pops out, we take. The problem is, we don't analyze further. You know why? We don't analyze further because that does sort of solve the problem. But it only solves the problem of the feeling, not the root. So to give an example, one time I was in Israel. We don't have time. I'm not gonna give the whole story right now. But I was in Israel, and I woke up. We'll say I was a bacher, because and it doesn't matter. And I woke up, and I always felt like I had this indestructible stomach, right? You feel that way when you're young, you know. You have barbecues at 2 a.m, 5 a.m. You're eating hot dogs, you know, and uncooked, like just, you know. And when you're in yeshiva, you're part of competitions. Like, how long can a cholent go before it's not cholent anymore? Also inedible. Like, how unrefrigerated, because no one had a refrigerator. Like, you keep it in the coolest part of the room, and you know, hope for the best. So I woke up, whatever the reason, it doesn't matter. I woke up, I went to the fridge. It was actually a fridge in yeshiva. I went to the fridge, and there was herring in the fridge, and I was like, I was very, very hungry. So I took the herring, and I ate the herring. It doesn't matter. No other details other than what happened, what I tell you, matters. And I ate some of the herring. Now, I don't know. The herring might have tasted weird, might not have tasted weird. It's not really from my culture. It's not in my DNA to know when herring is bad or good, okay? I ate some of the herring. I figured fish, I ate herring. I happen to like herring. I ate herring. Sure enough, about a day later, I'm in excruciating pain. And I can't move, I can't anything, and it's centered right here. Like, it was, so I go to the emergency room. And they're like, you know, the real Israeli emergency room. I walked up, she opens up the window. She was like, first off, I just want to legally tell you no one cares. Second of all, can you fill in this? In Israel, they have to tell you that right off the bat. It's like part of the rules. Like, second of all, here's a form, fill out your form. And so I'm passing, I'm sweating, and sure enough, a whole bunch of other stuff is going on. And I fill out the thing, and sure enough, I lay down in the bed. The guy comes, he looks at me, he's like, yeah, you're for sure dehydrated, right? Because I looked really dehydrated. So he sticks me with an IV, he gives me a thing. I'm like, but I'm in a lot of pain also. He's like, yeah, we have stuff for that too. So he sticks another IV in me, and there I am getting hydrated and drugged at the same time. And sure enough, about 8 minutes later, I'm like, why am I even here? Why am I even? I'm yelling at the nurses going by. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine. And they're like, good. You're good to go. I'm like, I'm so good. They're like, no, you can't. You're walking out with the gown and the IVs behind you. Like, go back, and we have to unplug you and everything. So they just send me out into the middle of East Jerusalem, high as a kite. And I'm walking out. Sure enough, I go home, and my friends are like, you know, what happened? I'm like, the miracles of modern medicine. I could lift a mountain right now. What do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to do? Let's do something. Like, I was fine. I was good, as I normally was. Sure enough, about 2 hours later, I am back in excruciating pain. And I was in that pain. It wasn't even a joke. I lost like 20 pounds. I was in that pain for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It ends up I had some sort of worm or something from the thing that I ate. I almost shut down an entire sushi store by accident because I told them that the last fish I had was from there, and then I remembered the middle of the night herring escapade, the uncovered herring in a fridge that was questionable if it was working or not. And they're like, you forgot to tell us about that? We called the restaurant already. Like, so apparently it was a very dangerous thing. And it was Baruch Hashem, they caught it, and they killed it, and everything was fine. But the point is that technically, the guy in the emergency room who gave me the drugs did cure me. Because what did I want? What did I really want? What I really wanted was not to be in pain anymore. And once I wanted to not be in pain anymore, anyone who removed that pain from me did the job. I was good to go. However, it didn't take care of the root of the problem. The minute that drug wears off, I'm going to need something. Either another drug or an actual cure. Now, those drugs can make me die comfortably from this disease, But that's all I'll be doing, is just slowly dying comfortably, as opposed to curing me and actually giving me life back. When we look at our lives and we feel that we're lacking in some way, we feel that not everything is the way it should be, and I have this want for something more, we tend to look at the things that we feel we are being robbed the most of. So we start blaming religion. We start blaming yeshivas, we start blaming our upbringing, we start blaming all these things because they're the ones who are not allowing me to enjoy my life freely. So what do? Secretly, I start enjoying my life freely. And guess what? It works. I start to feel free. I start to feel good. I start to feel numb, really. Because really what those things did for me is numb a certain amount of pain. But the underlying issue is still very much there. The underlying reason that I'm not feeling good about myself and I feel robbed is still there. It's just numb now because I figured out a strong enough, a potent enough distraction that can help me to not feel anymore. Once I have that potent enough distraction, now I can live. But what I don't realize is the disease is still there. Says this Mishnah. What is the real disease that's going on? Ki lekach nocerte. There's a reason you were created. There's a very specific reason you were created. And when you live in denial of that reason, and no, it's not to become a Rosh, it's not to learn, it's for you to find out. All that is part of it, but it's for you to figure out. But when you're not on the road of figuring that out, when you're not en route to deciding what it is that you are, you're not living the reason you were born to live. When you're not actively pursuing that, you're only doing one of two things. Feeling inadequate, feeling like you're being robbed of a life, which you are, but the robber of your life, the thief here is not religion. It's not your rabbi. It's not your parents. It's you. You're either feeling robbed or you're feeling inadequate. Or you're feeling numb. Those are your only two options. And you can take as many routes as you want to feel numb. The problem with feeling numb is that when we numb our pain, when we put a drug into us, whatever that is, whether it's putting it into us or something we see or something we do, something we distract ourselves with, when we numb our pain, a numbing agent does not discriminate. So if someone injects something to numb the pain in their hand, you know what else is going to be numb? Their left foot also. Their shoulder, everything. It goes into your bloodstream and numbs you. When you numb pain, you numb joy. You numb everything. So you're not able to feel the pain anymore, but you're also not able to do anything else. I've never seen the case where it is. I've seen the struggle to lekach nocerte. I've seen the struggle to figure out what it is that I want in this world and work really hard for it to be worth it. Now, obviously, we're taking into account that I'm not describing any clinical depression or something like that. I'm talking about that average, everyday, bummed out feeling. And why do I go with that? Why do I allow that? I allow it because the people I'm fighting against to stop robbing me of my joy are the wrong people. It's me. I'm the one who's robbing myself of my own joy. I'm the one who's robbing myself of the reason I was created. Because I've gotten used to pursuing numbing agents. I'm ignoring this disease inside of myself that needs to be taken out. And instead, I'm going to pursue everything that makes me not think about it. How do I remove it? I remove it by becoming bigger than it. by working on myself to be bigger, to accomplish things, to do good in the world, to affect change in the world, to buckle down and really do stuff with my life. And the more I do that, the less control this feeling has over me because it's not feeding off of anything now. But the more all I try to do is ignore that feeling, numb that feeling, the worse it gets. All right, guys, have a great Shabbos, a great break, and don't do anything.